How did ASML, founded in 1984 in Veldhoven, become the only company manufacturing EUV lithography systems used for 7nm, 5nm, and 3nm logic chips, while EUV exports to mainland China are restricted? ASML began in 1984 as a joint venture between ASM International and Philips in Veldhoven, operating from a simple building described as a leaky shed. ASML is headquartered in Veldhoven in the Brainport-Eindhoven region and employs more than 42,000 people worldwide. ASML supplies lithography systems used to manufacture around 90% of the world's integrated circuits. Net sales reached €27.6 billion in 2024, up from €26.7 billion in 2023. In 2024, research and development expenses were approximately €4.3 billion, about 15% of ASML's net sales. Here's the problem. ASML is currently the only company that manufactures EUV lithography systems for high-volume semiconductor production. Industry analyses estimate ASML holds approximately 80–83% share of the global lithography equipment market by revenue. In immersion DUV lithography, ASML's market share exceeds 90% by units and revenue, with Nikon and Canon sharing most of the remaining market. EUV tools with 0.33 numerical aperture are required for high-volume production of 7nm, 5nm, and 3nm logic chips and leading-edge DRAM at major foundries. A single low-NA EUV system costs roughly €150 to €200 million, while a high-NA EUV system is priced around €350–400 million. ASML states lithography equipment typically accounts for around 20–25% of total capital expenditure for an advanced semiconductor fabrication plant. Here's their position. ASML's low-NA EUV systems operate at a 13.5 nm wavelength with numerical aperture of 0.33. The high-NA EUV platform, including the XE5000 and XE5200, uses numerical aperture of 0.55, enabling about 8 nm resolution on the wafer. Low-NA EUV at 0.33 numerical aperture achieves roughly 13 nm resolution, while 0.55 high-NA EUV prints features about 1.7 times smaller and delivers approximately 2.9 times higher pattern density in a single exposure. Latest low-NA EUV systems, such as NXE3600D and NXE3800E, are specified for throughputs around 170 to 200 wafers per hour in high-volume manufacturing conditions. Dove TwinScan NXT immersion tools like NXT2050i and NXT2100i use numerical aperture of 1.35 and reach throughputs of approximately 295 to 330 wafers per hour. Economically, ASML outsources more than 90% of manufacturing costs to specialized suppliers and directly produces only about 15% of EUV system components in-house. Key partners include Carl Zeiss SMT, ASML's exclusive supplier of high-precision optics for EUV and high-NA EUV systems, and Trumpf, which supplies the high-power CO2 lasers used in the EUV light source. ASML integrates YieldStar optical metrology and HMI multi-beam e-beam inspection tools with its scanners to measure critical dimensions and overlay at nanometer scale, while Bryon computational lithography software can cut design tape-out iterations by more than 65% and improve scanner matching by 30 to 70% compared with traditional flows. Looking ahead, ASML's top three customers, TSMC, Samsung, and Intel, together account for an estimated 60 to 70% of its revenue in recent years. Four customers, TSMC, Samsung, Intel, and a major memory maker such as SK Hynix or Micron, contribute more than 80% of ASML's total revenue. Under export control rules agreed with the Dutch and US governments, ASML does not ship any EUV lithography systems to customers in mainland China. In 2023 and 2024, the Dutch government further restricted exports of ASML's most advanced DUV immersion systems to certain Chinese fabs, following pressure and coordination with US export control policy. ASML shipped its first high-NA EUV system module to Intel in December 2023, and the first complete 5200 high-NA system was installed at Intel's Oregon facility in 2024. The company projects at least 5 high-NA EUV systems will ship in 2025, with high-NA revenue rising from roughly €0.47 billion in 2024 to about €1.7 billion in 2025. ASML has publicly discussed a long-term roadmap including exploratory hyper-NA EUV concepts with numerical apertures around 0.75 targeted for the early 2030s. Several equity research houses project ASML's annual revenue could reach approximately 44 to 60 billion by 2030, driven largely by demand for AI-related chip manufacturing.